Good evening, everyone. Time for another silver update. This is the current chart, and we're set on the 4-hour. I've set it this way because if you look at the lines drawn, we've just tonight broken out of this descending flag pattern. So that may mean something, that may not mean something. The MACD is trending positive with this move, so not sure what this means, but normally the most bullish type of pattern is a ascending flag. So when you see something like this, that's the more bullish pattern. The descending flag is a more bearish pattern. So we're still in a bearish pattern, but we have broken above the descending trend line. So we'll have to wait and see if this is truly a bullish pattern emerging, or if we correct. And if we correct, then this trend line is still the question, which it's still intact. We draw it out here back to basically late January. So that trend line is still intact, but we are looking for a tighter move in this descending flag formation. So I want to jump over to Zero Hedge because I've had a number of people contact me, and they're very concerned about a story. I'm on the Wikipedia blog. So, but let's get over to the story. And the big story to hit Zero Hedge is this issue about Forex.com. A lot of traders on Forex.com have received this email, and it's quoted here in this article. Important announcement: metals trading. We wanted to make you aware of some upcoming changes to Forex.com's product offering. As a result of the Dodd-Frank Act enacted by Congress, a new regulation prohibiting U.S. residents from trading over-the-counter precious metals, including gold and silver, will go into effect July 15th. And it goes on. So I'm not going to go into all of the discussion. It's long, convoluted, a lot of opinions about it, but I want to jump real quick over to Forex.com. Now, this is the site that issued this recommendation or warning for their traders. Now, it's been broken down by a lot of people, and it's a subject of considerable controversy at this point. The question is, what does this email mean? Now, you've got to understand that Forex.com, from my understanding, and I don't want to be quoted on this because I don't want to make a false accusation against this place, but my understanding is this is essentially a bucket shop. So, in other words, this site is a site that allows the little guy to go in and make bets on currencies. Obviously, if it's called Forex.com, that means it's foreign exchange. So it's currency betting, yen carry, all this stuff. So the little guy can put down his money and get some leverage and make his trades, and essentially a bucket shop type of operation. So the question is, how does this regulation affect the trading of physical gold and silver. So I put my opinion on this thread, and basically my post said, I'm going to wait until Bix Weir and Jim Willie sound off on this issue. So I want to jump over, because just today Bix Weir did sound off, and I'm going to read his email he sent out. He said, many people have forwarded me the article posted on ZeroHedge.com about a brokerage company named Forex.com who is banning U.S. citizens from trading in gold and silver starting July 15th. That article can be found here. A few thoughts here as it relates to Road to Ruta. First of all, the name of the company, Forex.com, has scared many people as they believe that this relates to all Forex, gold and silver transactions. Forex.com is a fairly large online brokerage house and is not the Forex market in general. They are ending their trading of electronic gold and silver for U.S. residents. Oh, do. He meant DUE. To their interpretation of the Dodd-Frank law. My take, good riddance to any paper and electronic gold and silver trading. It is in the paper and electronic markets that manipulation occurs. As has been addressed in the Road to Ruta letters, all paper and electronic markets will be destroyed. These guys over at Forex.com are just trying to limit their liability in the coming gold and silver chaos. If you are a private Road to Ruta member, I address, and he gives us links. So I wanted to wait for Bix Weir to give his opinion. Here's the reason why. Because for those of you who are new to this, I'm going to summarize basically. Bix Weir was a member of GATA, and as you know, GATA is the Gold Antitrust Action Committee, and their goal is to expose the central banks and the governments who are involved in the intentional suppression of gold prices. Now, the silver story is a related story, but it's not something that they are directly concerned with. So Bix Weir is kind of a offshoot of that group, and he actually left GATA, if you can believe it, for being too controversial. So he's kind of like the Ted Butler of GATA. So the Road to Ruta is a theory that there are factions in the powers that be. There's Faction A, Faction B. I haven't heard about Faction C, but there's multiple factions in the Illuminati who are warring against each other. And Bix's theory is that Greenspan and Frank and a number of others are actually the good guys, and their goal is to destroy the Goldman Sachs vampire squid Max Kaiser monster and replace it with a true gold-backed currency. So now you might think that's strange, but actually if you look at the news here, it really fits in with Bix's theory. So it looks like the powers that be are making it so that the little guy can't use bucket shops to bet on gold and silver. Now, a lot of panic has been generated, and I don't have time to go through all the thread and all the comments, but this regulation has nothing to do with the trading of physical gold and silver. This regulation is about derivative trading. In fact, bucket shop trading. In other words, people who don't deliver within this period, 28 days. So it's about delivering physical metals or commodities within a certain period. So it's really fits in well with Bix's theory. So I'm going to give him credit. He said for a long time that there's some good guys in the CFTC and the government, and I know that's hard to believe, but that's his theory, and for me it fits with what we're seeing on Zero Hedge. So real quick, I want to jump over to another occurrence today before we leave silver. We can see we do have this breakout, but I want to jump over to this flash crash that happened in the Bitcoin. I know a lot of you are not interested, so I'm going to cover it really quick, but I have a viral video that is on my Bitcoin channel, and it covered the crash as it happened, and the Bitcoin actually went to 1 cent today on Mt. Gox. So I'm going to kick the feed in live and let you watch it, and then we'll comment. Good afternoon, everyone. Time for another Bitcoin report. You are watching a crash in real time. We are down to 4.8, 4.6, 4.5, 4.4. I've been watching this since about 17. I've not seen a single uptick in this market. Let's move this to 720. Market. It's going straight down. I would be fascinated to know what news is associated with this. I'm sure we're going to find out. 3.5, 3.3, 3.2, and 3.1. Well, I'm all broken up about my $99. The main thing I'm broken up about is I could have had 33 Bitcoins. So we're going to see how low this thing goes. We're down to 2.2. And it looks like the Mt. Gox feed crashed. We are still crashing. We're at 2. And this has got to be some kind of news about Mt. Gox. Possibly that it's closed down. I don't know. We're getting feed crashes at this point. We're at 1.5. We're at 1.4. 1.3. Looks like we're going to go under $1 here. This has got to be accompanied by some kind of news. I'm going to wait until the market settles down here and go and look for some news. We are down to 1. And we're trying to go under 1. Notice I have not seen a positive tick. Since this began at 17, every single tick has been flat or negative. Now these are green, but the reds are sells, the greens are buys. Here we go, we're at 91 cents, we're at 90 cents. We are going all the way down. This is wild. We are down to 70 cents, 60 cents. This is the flash crash in Bitcoins. We are down to 50 cents a coin. I cannot imagine what news is accompanying to this. We're at 29 cents. We're off the charts. And here we go. We lost the Mt. Gox feed again. We still have not seen one buy. We're down to 12 cents, 11 cents, 10 cents. Wow, this is it. Feed gone again. We're down to 10 cents. We're down to 9 cents, 6 cents. We are going 5 cents. We are down to, wow. I don't know what this means, people. We are down to 1 cent. There's still no buying. Okay, so that's the feed that's on the Bitcoin channel. So, interesting stuff. And for those who are interested, you can go to that sister channel and look at the stories about Mt. Gox and the hack and the crash and all that stuff. But I know everybody's into physical silver, and yes, you were vindicated today. The digital currency took a big dive, and the hackers took it out. So, congratulations to Raw Dog and Stella and all the Bitcoin bashers. I hope you're in the physical. I hope you're back in the physical, because it's going up, and there's a lot of news to come, and I think it's going to be bullish. So we'll wait and see where we go, and we'll talk to you next time.